if we pass the microphone right now, this is Sarah Stream, who had just got married. She was Sarah Sterner when I met her. She was 15 years old, and she came to a show with her dad, and she had a brain tumour. And I think it was a very worrying time for you. And I told her that I'd be there, and I will get this done in America. That she didn't have to go into hospital and suffer on her own. There will be people there thinking about her and pulling for her, and I will introduce her with people in Britain who've been through the same cancer that she had. And here she is now. I won't say your age, it's rude. So you want to stand here? Sarah Street.
So first of all, I'd like to lodge a complaint. I've been doing this for like 5 years, and they always make me follow Roger. And so anyways.
Much better looking.
We could debate that. I'd also like to introduce fellow teen cancer warriors, Sarah Thomas, Alex Weirden, David, there you are, And I want to thank you all for welcoming me here today. I flew in from Atlanta, and I have to admit I'm speaking during a really wonderful time in my life. I'm now 22 years old. I celebrated being 6 years cancer-free from having a brain tumor last month. I am newly married to the love of my life, and I'm about 2 weeks away from graduating magna cum laude from Kennesaw State University with my degree in middle grades education. And I'm so grateful for all of these blessings, and that was able to just continue down this great path. But every single day, I'm reminded of how others my age are not so lucky. Every cancer patient, survivor, and caretaker remembers that one conversation they had, that news that brought their life to a screeching halt. That conversation that tells you no matter what happens, your life is never going to be the same. For teenagers and young adults especially, that conversation is often more of a period in life than a comma. I remember when I was diagnosed at age 15, I was 6 weeks into my sophomore year of high school. I already had trouble fitting in. You know, when you're like a diehard Who fan in the modern high school, they don't really get you. And then this diagnosis came along that really just cemented my isolation from the rest of my age group. And I didn't know anyone else my age who had cancer. And I really kind of naturally assumed that the reason for that was because either people my age didn't get cancer or that they didn't survive it. And I tried to seek out people my age who had cancer, and I had a little bit of success, but really not what I was expecting. And I wish that I could tell you that skewed perception that teens don't get cancer or don't survive it was somehow changed throughout my journey, but it wasn't. I met a few, warriors here and there, but I was treated in a children's hospital where I was surrounded mostly by ill children under the age of 7. And when you're a 16-year-old with a brain tumor who already has teenage identity issues, and you're sleeping next door to a screaming toddler in the ICU, it doesn't do a lot for your confidence. And, I often remark to people that there's no guidebook when you get diagnosed with cancer. There's no For Dummies guide on what to expect, how you should feel, either physically or mentally or emotionally, or how you should cope with it. In many respects, when you're diagnosed, you're on your own. It's a unique personal journey. But while there may not be a guidebook, there are people. There are people like myself, like Sarah, like Alex, and David, who have walked the path that you're on, or even people who are currently on that path with you. The key is finding them. At Teen Cancer America, we look at experiences like mine and we say no more. No teen with cancer in a hospital should have to look farther than their next door neighbor to share this uniquely challenging experience with. No more isolation, no more treatment in places that are designed only to accommodate young children or adult patients. We need a place of our own with doctors and counselors who are specialized in treating our age group. It is something that's already done for children, it's already done for adults over 30 and the elderly, while teens and young adults are left in the dust. At Teen Cancer America, we seek to build that safe haven for teens and young adults, and we have been doing so for the last several years with great success. I have noticed an interesting trend in my years advocating for adolescent medicine. I've been speaking on behalf of Teen Cancer America for almost 5 years now to just about anyone who will listen. I too was at the National Press Club, just sort of talking people's ears off. And I lay out all of these issues for them, and their response invariably includes the phrase, "That's a great idea." But what's more important is the phrase that always follows that, which is, "I really hadn't thought about that before." And of course, my natural response to that is, well, it's time to start thinking about it. But the truth is, that's not enough. It's not time to start thinking about it. It's time to start doing something about it. These teens need you right now. We're not about finding a cure. Of course, we always hope that there's a cure down the road, but we're about helping people right now. And we hope that with what you learned this evening, that you will join us in our cause. And thank you for having me here tonight.